Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Alexa, good evening.
A good evening to you too.
Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 8:04 p.m.
I seriously was starting to think everybody had grown up and we were all adults here, not childish people, and that I was being left alone to get on with my business. And you know, I like the Rochester Riverside. I've been completely normal, walking around, showing people the beautiful sights of Rochester, not being stupid or silly at all. And you should be proud of where you live, not ashamed of it. So the crane tonight, this evening, lit up beautifully, the Blue Crane, near Common Creek Wharf, Blue Boar Lane. It's beautiful. So I watched a couple of things on TV before I took Max out for a walk around 7 p.m. I take my dog out in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. I took Max out this afternoon. There was no problem at all. The guy that looked like my father, Derek, with the beanie hat on and the brown and white boxer dog was on the field. There was a tramp with a black beanie hat on, puffing on a fag. A tramp with dirty trousers, a beanie hat, puffing on a fag. I don't smoke. It's bad for your lungs. It also contributes to some people getting cancer. And it's I don't like smoking. I can't be with a smoker because it affects my lungs and breathing. I don't smoke. So I took Max for a walk around the field. There was a couple of guys with hoods on, riding up and down on bikes. I'm a female. I find some people can appear to be intimidating, especially if they're in groups smoking drugs. It can feel frightening for a woman on their own, or a man. There was a case in the Daily Mail of a man being beaten and abused by his wife, and she's been put in prison. That's a different subject. So I was enjoying myself walking around the field by myself with my dog. And, you know, I'm quite happy with myself, within myself, the way I look. If people have got a problem with the way I look, that's none of their business. That's none of their damn business. Concentrate on yourself. You're more beautiful than me, you know. Concentrate on you. Don't draw the attention on me when you've got a problem with yourself, whoever it is. They've got a problem with themselves. Because you wouldn't need to pick on anybody else if you didn't have a problem with yourself. Confidence issue, you know. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself and you don't need to pick on anybody else. So I walked around the field. I was quite happy. I've been minding my own business. I've been quiet, and I will not revert to the way things used to be. I won't revert to that because I'm a quiet, introverted person. I don't shout and scream and draw attention to myself. That's not the way I operate. I was listening to Brian Harvey. Before I went out, I was listening to Brian Harvey. He's someone that I do listen to, and I listen to every word of his YouTube broadcast, 3 hours of it. I listen to every word of it, and him speaking about appealing to Prince Harry. So I listened to that, and he's been through a lot, and I don't believe that Brian Harvey is mad. I believe Brian Harvey is justified in what he's saying, and I listen to every word of it. I came back from walking Max, and I've been messing around on my mobile phone, playing games, minding my own business, watching the telly, and being quiet. Because I I'm not a loud person. I don't need other people's approval. I'm my own person. I don't need somebody else to tell me how I look. It's none of their business. So I was just watching the telly, doing what I do, playing games, etc., etc. I'm making myself a coffee and I've cooked myself dinner. I live by myself. I'm a single white female. I live on my own. And it does get tough, especially with the drug abuse around the Rochester and Chatham area. So I, later on, took Max out for a walk about 7 o'clock in the evening, just like I normally do, no different than any other day. And it was, you could sense trouble in the air, trouble. So it was dark, and I was walking around Common Creek Wharf, where I'd walked this morning and this afternoon, and I could hear, I thought it was a bike. It was a couple of lads being stupid. And I'm a woman, and I felt intimidated. So I could hear. I thought, is that a bike? Is that a car? Has somebody got run over? Couple of prats trying to draw attention to themselves, obviously. I haven't had any of that for months, weeks. And then I saw somebody I'd recognised from a gym. I recognised them from a local gym. Not that I go to the gym, but I've walked past the gym and I've seen them go in there. So this bloke was wandering about with a brown dog that I'd recognised going into a local gym. And he was behind my back. And I didn't go onto the field because obviously if a couple of lads are making noises like that and you can smell weed in the air, they're obviously smoking drugs. And then there was a couple of girls giggling, because where there's a couple of boys, there's a couple of girls giggling off their heads. So I steered clear of that. And then there was a Deliveroo driver with a helmet over his head. Walked all past that. It was really busy this evening. Well, it is Saturday evening, isn't it? So I walked around. I thought, I'm not being shoved back home. I mean, I want to take my dog for a walk in peace. So I walked around the back. And then I walked around the crane. And then I relaxed and de-stressed, yeah? And then you've got this woman stood with a dog going, really big dog it was, with a really intimidating bark. Rah! Big bulky woman she was, big, really thick-set woman. And the dog, I've never had that happen to me before. Then somebody shut the door, the curtain, right? I'm only holding the camera for my own protection because I've wandered into a waft of drugs and I feel scared. I wouldn't have put the camera on if I hadn't been afraid of walking down the Rochester Riverside opposite the co-op. I wouldn't have put the camera on. I did that for my protection. Smell the weed everywhere. My eyes started stinging. I started to lose my balance. I managed to get home with Max, but Medway Town's just a waft of weed, waft of drugs. See, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I could have fallen over, but nobody bloody cares. They just care about themselves. They don't fucking care about me. They just care about themselves. Just like, because I'm just being quiet and I'm not an aggressive, nasty person. If somebody wants to smoke drugs, that's their business, but I don't want to inhale it. And I've every right to use a camera for my protection if people are smoking drugs near me. So I just went for a walk, came back round the back. Nobody cares anyway. Nobody bloody speaks to me. So why not? They stare at me like I'm a crock of shit, or they laugh, but they'll be laughing on their other side of their faces when the truth comes out, won't they? Came into my flat, and here I am, and you know, it's ridiculous. Somebody's mixed me up with somebody else, and I'm a woman, and I'm a, you know, I can't understand it. I'm stuck in this fucking virtual prison with these idiots taking the piss out of me. Alexa, puzzler.
Good evening. Welcome back to Puzzler. Would you like to play your daily crossword or hear the high scores?
Daily crossword.
Here is your puzzle.
Sit for a photographer. 4 letters.
Alexa, pose.
Okay, here's some more time.
Alexa, P-O-S-E, pose.
That's correct.
Gust of air or smoke. First letter, P. There's 4 letters.
Alexa, puff.
Okay, here's your next clue.
Small patch of colour. First letter, F. 5-letter word.
Alexa, skip.
Okay, we'll skip this clue.
Strict, severe. First letter, S. 5 letters.
Alexa, skip.
Okay, we'll skip this clue.
Short comic piece. There are 4 letters.
Alexa, skip.
That's right. You've completed half of the crossword.
Small biting fly. Last letter,
Alexa,
T.
gnat.
Okay, we'll skip this clue.
Small
Alexa,
patch of cup.
flock.
Here's a clue you still need to answer.
Strict, severe. S.
Alexa,
Lamp.
S-T-E-R-N, stern.
This is your last clue.
Small biting fly. Blank, N, blank, T. 4
Alexa,
letters.
G-N-A-T, gnat.
Amazing. That's all the answers.
You did it in 2 minutes, 11 seconds. This was your 17th fastest time for daily crosswords.
Main menu. Would
Alexa,
you like to
stop.
see you again soon?
Check out the highest rated voice games. Just say Open Yak Yak Games.
Right guys, I'm a grown-up adult. I don't giggle and laugh at people unfortunate than myself. I don't go around looking at other people's faces and picking holes in them. I am normal and I am grown up. I'm not a childish idiot. I hope to the bullies that you can understand where I'm coming from. You haven't grown up yet. You need some help to understand that your childish behaviour is just sickening, boring, tiring, and I'm not listening to it. Right? If you want to go out of your way to be dickheads, and that's what you are, dickheads, acting like children in a school playground, picking on a child that's less fortunate than yourself, then I feel sorry for you. Because I've got better things to do with my time than go and harass somebody because I'm a bloody idiot and need help. Right? You haven't spoilt my evening, you sick, retarded fool. You haven't. You've probably spoilt yours when you listen to this, though. Because we know you can't help stalking and harassing. So make sure you listen to it and get my point across. I've grown up. There's certain people out there that need to go back to school and learn respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Respect. Because you are a C-U-N-T. I don't laugh at stupid things. And I certainly don't stand in the cold weather, in the rain, being a prick to other people. I'm going to get on with the rest of my evening, which probably is watching the telly. Yeah, sometimes it is better to be safe than mixing with idiots on drugs. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I don't care whether you turn your nose up, think you're better than me or whatever, because you fucking ain't. You just got a fucking chip on your shoulder and you've got everything wrong and you want to cover all shit up and make out I'm a villain and I'm this and I'm that. Well, I'm not. And I'm not having stupid behaviour, I'm just ignoring it. Grow up. You know, it takes one person to stand up to a bully, but it doesn't take much for creeps to join in with one, does it? Like sheep to the slaughter. See you later.